5 Trueborn Children. "You have 5 trueborn children," John said. "3 sons, 2 daughters. The direwolf is the sigil of your house. Your children were meant to have these pups, my lord." A Game of Thrones, Bran 1. Jon Snow's parentage comes up when Jon helps his half-siblings gain their father's permission to keep the direwolf pups, by disqualifying himself for a pup, on the grounds of his illegitimate parentage. 5 Trueborn Children, R plus L equals J. "You have 5 trueborn children," Jon said. "3 sons, 2 daughters. The direwolf is the sigil of your house. Your children were meant to have these pups, my lord." A Game of Thrones, Bran 1. In this chapter, the group finds 5 direwolf pups. Jon helps persuade Ned to let the Stark kids keep the pups by pointing out the symbolic meaning in 5 being both the number of pups and the number of Ned's trueborn children. The symbolic meaning only works because Jon omits himself from the count by saying trueborn children instead of children. At the end of the chapter, Jon goes to investigate a noise and returns to the group with a 6th direwolf pup that he keeps for himself. It breaks the symbolic meaning because the numbers don't match anymore. That is, until you consider R plus L equals J. If Jon is the son of Rhaegar and Lyanna, and if Rhaegar and Lyanna married in secret, then Jon is actually a trueborn Stark child, matching his words, "You have blank trueborn children," in an unexpected way. The 6th direwolf pup can be interpreted as a strong clue that Jon is a trueborn Stark child after all. He would just be the trueborn Stark child of Rhaegar and Lyanna, rather than Ned and an unknown woman. Additionally, R plus L equals J would mean that Jon is a trueborn Stark child, who Ned has custody of, because Ned acquired Jon after Lyanna died, presumably when she let go of her hold on life after Ned gave his promise, and she knew that her baby was safe. So Jon's discovery of a 6th direwolf pup at the last moment of the chapter lends validity to the secret marriage version of R plus L equals J, because it infuses this passage with these meanings, and otherwise the meanings wouldn't work. However, granting that Rhaegar and Lyanna are Jon's parents, if Rhaegar and Lyanna did not marry, then this passage loses all of these meanings, because Jon said trueborn children. In that case, the passage receives extra meaning only through the word children, because Jon was a child, who Ned has custody of, and the trueborn part would annoyingly invalidate that extra meaning, because trueborn is inescapably modifying children. So, in the same way that the symbolic meaning of the numbers of pups and children only works when Jon omits the contradiction that's standing in front of everybody, himself, the symbolic meanings in this passage only work for the unmarried version of R plus L equals J, when the reader omits the contradiction that's standing in front of everybody. Trueborn. More still, if Jon's quote, "You have 5 trueborn children," can fairly be interpreted through the lens of R plus L equals J to mean Ned has parentage or custody of 5 trueborn children, then the numbers of pups and children still don't match after the 6th pup is found, unless we constrain the meaning of children to Stark children, because Ned has custody of Theon, and Theon is a trueborn Greyjoy child. This recognition reveals that we've injected the word Stark into a sentence that doesn't have the word Stark, and we did it without any justification for doing so, other than that we believe R plus L equals J, and that doing so is necessary to protect R plus L equals J, by protecting the custody interpretation of the word have. "You have 5 trueborn children," Jon said. While R plus L equals J is certainly an astute and resilient idea, a more astute observation that can be made of this particular passage is that, concerning this particular passage, and due to the word trueborn in it, the marriage of Jon Snow's parents, whoever they are, is a more resilient idea then even R plus L equals J is. Not a bad brain game for a 4-sentence passage.